Hey, this is Stacy from Android App Reviews, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Loop Habit Tracker. This is a really cool little app. It's one of these apps that just does one thing and does it really, really well. And those are the kind of apps that I love. When you get apps that try to expand and try to go too far and try to do 15, 16 things, and then they end up failing on one end or the other instead of just sticking to the one thing that they can do really well and sticking to it. And another good thing about this app is this is 100% free. There are no ads whatsoever to worry about. So that is a huge bonus right there. So with that said, let me jump into this so I can show this to you real quick. And I'm pretty sure after you see it, it's going to be one of the apps that you're going to have on your device. So let's jump into it. Now, when you first come in here, you're not going to see this stuff here. Now, these are some that I have put in myself. These are examples that I use for my children. I've put these on their tablets so they can start tracking their chores and things of this such that I want to make sure they're getting done daily and things of this such. So I threw these in as an examples: brushing teeth, making your bed, clean your room, and do your homework. I am going to go in and show you how to create these. It's super simple. To create a habit or what they call a habit, which could be very much a task. It can be something that you want to complete daily, whatever, or a task. Like I said, just something simple. It's a task even. So let's say I want to go ahead and create a habit, and maybe I want to read book. So I want to start reading more. Get away from the TV and start reading more. Okay, and then the question I want to ask is, did you read today? So you're able to you're going to create the question for yourself, and I want to look at this every day. I can set a reminder if I want to. I can go in. It's a regular clock. You can set it. So I have a reminder at 8 o'clock every day to remind me, and it's going to remind me any day of the week, every day. So I can save it, and I can also go in and change the color, and I'm going to go ahead and do that because I haven't done it to the ones that I already have set up. So I'm going to go in and let's go ahead and let's make this one, let's say this purple here. Okay, so that way when it shows up on the list, it's purple. So if I had red today, and you notice the calendar, after you had these, the calendar at the top is the day that you're on is the closest one to your list, and the one that's farthest away is the week away. So did I read today? Let's say I did read. I'm going to press and hold, and then it's going to put a check mark in the box for me that I did complete that today. And then what that does is it allows you to go through and check off things that you wanted to make sure you got done. And it may be something as simple as reading more and getting away from the television or away from the computer or YouTube or whatever, and spending some time actually reading for a change. Okay, let me jump into these. So, and like I said, these I went ahead and set up in advance because I wanted to show you what happens with this data after you put it in. So let's go into the brush your teeth one real quick. So I'm going to click on it. Okay, it takes me in, and you notice immediately when you go in, what you see is graphs. Okay, and it gives you a score of how well you're doing with that habit, and how much per month and year and where you're at. So you can see on the graph that I'm at 100% here. I'm kicking it because you can look down below from November all the way to today, every single day. According to this, teeth were brushed. So, and then you here get your streak. There's a 94-day streak from November 6th to the September 7th. And here you can see the frequency, how frequent of getting things done in a row and things of this such. And you can see that here on this graph. So what it does is every one of these was going to give you a graph. Every one of your things that you put in, which I'll jump back out here and I'll show you again. Let's say for the make your bed, which you can see it's sporadic. It's not in there every day, and you can see the graph is a little bit different. The score's lower. Your percentages, where you're at for the month and the year. You can look down here, your best streaks. You can see that how it's broken apart and so on. And then your frequencies are not just as like the other one. This is going to be something, we can actually look and see. And what this does is it becomes a motivator. Because you want to make really good score. So it becomes a motivator to get in there and check these things off and get them done and so on as you move along. And then I'm going to show you the next one. I'm going to actually run through all of these so you can kind of get an idea of how it the chart works. So here's the history, and you can see across the board here that I'm running just above 20%. I'm cleaning my room. Here you can see the best streaks. And once again, you have your frequency down below, and you can see they're not very dark. The circles are pretty light because it's pretty sporadic. There's really no good frequency to it. You can't see that I'm doing it on the same day every time. It's all over the place, and the score is pretty low at 26%. And we'll go into the homework one exactly the same way. Scores 49%. You can see from December on, it's kind of sporadic. There are some solid days down here. Some good streaks, which you'll see down here. Here you can see some really good streaks going, and you can also see that there are some points where there is some solid frequency going on, and it's not just tapering off here and there or hit or miss. So this, for the most part, is what this whole app is about, and this is all it does. And once again, you notice no ads whatsoever. It's really simple to add. You just saw me add the book on. You can also go back in up here. You can, any of them that you put into archive, you can show your archive. You have it on night mode, and it's on night mode right now. I prefer the night mode because it's much easier to see. So I'm going to turn it off, and this is what you're going to be looking at when you first open it up. It's white, and everything goes in this. But like I said, I personally prefer the night mode. I think it's easier on your eyes, it's easier to look at, and easier to fill out. Now, you have some settings, and I'm going to jump through the settings real quick. Now, you can toggle this for the short press. So right now, whenever I want to check off a day that I completed my habit, I press long, I press and hold for the check mark. You can set this to where you just tap it and the check mark goes on there. For me, I prefer to have it long like that. That way you don't accidentally check some days that you didn't complete it or whatever. So you can be a little more accurate in your record keeping. You can reverse the order of the days on the screens. Right now the current day is the closest to it, and you can reverse it away around to where it's at the right hand side of your screen is actually going to be the new current day. You can do a pure black. You can set this to pure black, and it's going to save your battery on your phones. I haven't really played with this much. It does turn everything pretty dark, but it's an option if somebody wants to use it. You've got your reminder sound, and then you can actually export a full backup of this. You can export it to a CSV file and then import it into a calendar. You can also import data from any of the backups that you made from here. So if you switch devices, you can export it and then save it on the computer and then put it back on there and then import it. And you can also import data from other apps, which they have here, the TickMate, the Habitbull, or the Rewire. And beyond that, there's really not a whole lot more to this app other than this. It makes a great, I use it on my children's tablets, my daughters, so they can keep track of their chores that they need to get done daily. So when they come home, I can ask, hey, let me see your tablet, let me see where you're at. So I can actually go back and I can double check them and make sure that they're not missing anything. And if anything's not checked, I'm like, hey, did you actually do this? Did you forget to check it off, or what's going on? So it allows me to keep track of things that I want to have them done on certain days. And you can actually set this up to where it's not an everyday. You can set it up that the habit is only for certain days. So it's only going to show up on the list on the days that's available. So for the most part, this is it's an ingenious app. It's super simple. And, like I said, the best part of all is there's no ads. This is 100% free. You really can't go wrong with this whatsoever, and I do recommend you to check it out, try it, see if you like it, see if you can keep track. And it can be as simple as exercise and things like this. When you're trying to lose weight or whatever, you can put it in here, or your meals or whatever, and then you can design this and use it any way you want, and it works great, and you'll never have an issue with it. And I mean, that's the reason why this app is rated so highly on the Google Play. It's because everybody else that has gotten into it and messed with it and realized, hey, this is an app that anybody else would charge for, but it's free. It runs on an open source platform, so you can even see the code. So it's really, really nice. So I recommend you check it out. Take a look. If you like it, let me know in the comments below. If you have any other apps you want me to take a look at, comment in the below, and also do me a favor and like and subscribe. If you do like the video and you would like to subscribe, please do. And beyond that, stay mobile.